Hey, how you doing? This is Harry the Germ, and this is part two of the Harry Potter uh, uh, series, part two of book one. And I just wanted to tell you, I have a tendency to use foul language just because it hits me in a certain way when this book. It really does, and I feel a lot when I read it, and when I hear it on tape. Jim Dale, great man. He should be president. Anyway, here's part two of the Harry Potter um, uh, uh, history, the books. Yes, summary, or what have you. What is the word I'm looking for, baby? I'm looking for like it rhymes with synagogue or something. It's like epilogue or something that means an adventure. It's very gregarious. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
I'll think of it.
Alright.
Or you will.
So anyway, where we left off was when Hagrid was coming in. Hagrid was coming in to tell Harry that he's a wizard. And Harry's like, I'm just Harry. And Hagrid says, nah, you're a wizard. And it's like, you ever make things happen that you can't explain. Something that you don't know what the fuck was happening there. And he's like, and then he smiles and he's like, "Oh, shit, yeah, I do." Harry says, and there's like a moment of comprehension, and he's like, "Fuck you, Dursleys, why didn't you fucking tell me this shit? I've been my whole life, my whole life has been a lie, basically, and I don't." I should just, I really should. You make me want to fucking jump off a bridge. You guys should jump off a bridge. You guys should jump off a bridge, Dursleys. He didn't actually say that. Harry's a very nice and noble fellow. That was me improvising. Anyway, so he looks at him, and then he goes to sleep, and Hagrid puts his big ass moleskin coat on him. And he's like, it was such a good day. He fucking falls asleep and everything. And somehow the Dursleys just kind of go to bed. Something. They're just not like, they leave Hagrid there to just like chill. I don't really understand. Because like if someone got in my family's crib, I'd knock him out, I'd really fucking knock him out. But I guess the Dursleys are just very scared, and they all kind of hid in like the upstairs room or something. Oh yeah, and also Hagrid turns the kid Dudley, and puts a fucking a pig's tail on his ass because he starts eating the cake like a fucking fat ass. And I'm like, you're just desserts, you fuck. And that wasn't a pun. I didn't mean to make it that way. It was just happened. So, what I'm trying to tell you is, Harry goes to sleep and he's like, oh, he hears a knock, some sort of bip bip toot 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 on a lot, and he says, oh, that must be the it's Dudley's alarm again. Petunia's alarm.
No, it's not Petunia knocking on the door.
That's Petunia knocking on the...
It was a dream.
But he thought the owl was Dudley's.
No. You're confusing the movie with the book.
Oh, okay. So, he said it's Petunia's watch or whatever the fuck.
No, he thinks Petunia's knocking on the door.
He thinks Petunia's knocking on the door, and you have to make breakfast and all this and all that. So what ends up happening is he opens his eyes, and there's an owl at the fucking window, and and Hagrid's like asleep on the couch, and And he's like, he has his fucking moleskin coat on and all that. And he says, he's like, yeah, you know, he says, have some fucking sausage, Harry. You know, you deserve a celebratory snack before you make a decision about this. And he says, give him uh, he asks him to give him one of the wizard coins.
The connect.
The Knut. Well, I don't know why they fucking call it a Knut, but I mean, it's just, it's wizards. The wizard working, they work in mysterious ways because they're wizards. So you don't fucking ask questions. I'll pop you in the face. Anyway, so he gets the fucking L, and one of my favorite parts is when Hagrid actually searches for this animal in his vast sea of pockets. He's a gamekeeper at the school Hogwarts, where the fucking letters was coming from, and he says it just he takes the fucking owl out of his pocket, a living, breathing owl, and just kind of throws it out the window into the storm as if it were like the most normal thing in the fucking world. And it can you imagine like me fucking or somebody just randomly throwing a fucking canary at my enemies to say you're gonna fucking die for being a songbird here. The canary would obviously fly away and never even see anything, or I would get some shit from PETA or like from the ASPCA, and it would be like it'd be fucked up. I get arrested, I mean, like, this is like, mistreatment of animals. That's what I think. But Hagrid, he's a little confused. I think maybe he is bipolar, but I don't know. Anyway, so Harry says he's got to go back to, they got to go back to the Dursley's house and everything, and he gets his ticket, and he tries to find the place, and he's, it's 9 3/4 when and Vernon is dropping him off at the place, and he's got this broad smile, and he's like saying to him have a good term and shit, like being this smart ass, like, because he's saying, like, I hope you can find 9 3/4. It fucking doesn't exist. But he's a muggle, and therefore he is not attuned to the magical world and cannot see these things the same way that wizards and witches can. So, like, he just he gets his trunk out and everything, gets his everything and all that, and like, just leaves it there, and then they drive off, like, fucking leaving. If this were really a scam, he would just have to walk home from fucking London. He lives in Little Whinging, which is like mad far away. Come on. You're gonna make like an 11-year-old boy fucking homeless and like get like, beat up by kids or something? I just can't get over these Dursley's people. Anyway, so he's in the fucking King's Cross station, and he says, "Fuck, I am fucked. I am so fucked. How am I gonna get there?" And then he hears these wizards. He actually comes across the Weasleys, who Ron will eventually be his best friend in the series. So like, he's trying to figure out how to get there, and then the fucking Ron's like, this is first year too, and like, and like Ginny's there too, is the sister, and Ron has two older brothers, Fred and George, and they're just like, they are very cavalier and do not respect the rules of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, but they try and kind of be respectful, sort of. I mean, it's hard to explain. It's more on the way here. So what happens is he says, just go run through between platforms 9 and 10, and you'll end up on the other side on the fucking platform 9 3/4. Mrs. Weasley says. Says, fucking just don't even be a pussy about it. Just do it. So like Harry's like, fuck you, bitch. I'll fucking do it. I'll fucking show you how I'll show you how it's done. So like he does that, and it's like all on fucking the thing, and he's on the other side, and he's there, and the Hogwarts Express is right there, and he's like, oh sweet. I mean, that's magic, I just didn't. Oh wow, crazy. Fuck. So like what happens, he gets on the fucking train, and that's where they meet Hermione. And like her name's all fucked up. It just looks like a weird name. I thought it was Hermione or something, or Hermione. I've never heard that name in my life.
And she's Muggle-born.
So and she's Muggle-born.
Her parents fucking picked out that name.
Her parents are dentists, and they picked out fucking Hermione.
She must have been like teased.
She must have been so teased. Yeah, she must have like fucking.
Like, what the fuck kind of name is Hermione?
Is it like a brand of tampon or something? Like, I don't understand. Like Hermione tampons, stops heavy flow. Anyway, so what he says, she says to him like, Fred and George say to Ginny that they're gonna send a toilet seat at the end of the term. And that is just, very unpleasant. I would never send my sister a toilet seat unless it were absolutely necessary that she need a toilet seat. And in that case, it would be very, very sanitized beforehand. I'd get her
You just buy it.
I'd buy a toilet seat at the store, and I would not use it. I would not use it because she might get crazy fucking diseases. She might get crabs, yo. Seriously. So anyway, Ginny's like, fuck you, suck my dick. And then they go away somewhere. I mean, you don't really see the Weasleys after that. I mean, you hear about them sort of like at this one time Arthur Weasley raids. It's in the second book. Yeah. But so what happens is they get on the train and meet Hermione. Meet Hermione, and then they say, she says, do you know any magic? And Ron says, bitch, I ain't no magic. I'm a fucking wizard. Why would I not know about all the magic in the world? And Fred and George also play a trick on him and say you have to say sunshine, daisies, buttermellow, turn this stupid fat rat yellow. And that's obviously not a real legitimate spell, because all the legitimate spells seem to have like some Latin root or something, or like, some Greek root. I mean, like, they are Latin, yeah. So it just doesn't make any sense. It's like kind of like it was like the.
It's like what Gilderoy Lockhart's fucking spells.
Pesky Pixie Pescanomi or something like that. It's just like oogly boogly, hocus pocus, So it's like really it's Fred and George's critique on what Muggles think wizards are, which is very much not J.K. Rowling's rendition of wizards and witches. So, like, I want to say some also that when the whole reason Harry's famous in the wizard world, and this is a crucial aspect of the story to talk about here, is that he actually caused the downfall of Voldemort, and you later find out it's because of a protective spell his mother set on the house on him because she died for him. Voldemort calls it very old magic, something I should have foreseen or something like that, and it's like fucking it's really hard to explain. It's kind of like priori incantatem. You don't really know the full extent of why this is going on, but something that's also a part of the magic world is mystery. Anyway, they get to Hogwarts, and Harry really doesn't want to be a fucking Slytherin, and like Slytherin is one of the houses in Hogwarts, and I'm gonna leave you there. You want me to keep going? It's 15 minutes already. We should do it in segments.
Make another one.
Okay.